Hey everyone, I'm CJ and this is episode 1 for The Long Box, our new comic book review show, which will also be covering news aside from this week, mainly because the only real newsworthy story was Batman Incorporated issue 8, which by chances are, majority of you who are interested in it have already read it, and unfortunately there wasn't enough money in our budget to get that after purchasing new equipment. So today, to kick off this series, I'll be reviewing 2 comic books, X-O Manowar issue 10 and Red Hood and the Outlaws issue 17. And X-O Manowar issue 10, this is the second and last issue for the prologues for Planet Death. And Gafty is sent off with a spectacular finish. Eric actually gives up the X-O Manowar armor, and Gafty decides that he's going to put it on and, for whatever reason, fly up into the atmosphere, into space, and then wipe out a fair portion of the Vine fleet. In all honesty, this issue was really, really well done. I have no complaints about the artwork, about the story, and I honestly cannot wait until issue 11 comes out. I'm prepared right now to say that this issue is probably going to be the best issue for 2013. If not the best, then definitely one of the top 5. If you guys are going to pick up any new series this year, this is definitely one of them. So next up for a review is Red Hood and the Outlaws, issue 17. So, not even waiting a month until we fix things with Jason and Batman. Okay, sure, DC, that makes sense and won't piss off any of your fans. And this issue, Jason is hanging out with Damian for a little while at the Wayne Manor and gets gassed by the Joker using his own helmet, and is somehow able to program a hollow message inside the helmet that only Jason can see. Okay, sure, that was never mentioned before, but at least DC's being creative. This book is really good and very interesting. However, with that being in mind, the book doesn't really do anything to step outside the boundaries like issue 15 did. It's starting to look like more and more that issue 15 for Red Hood and the Outlaws is going to be as good as it gets, but hopefully I'll be proven wrong when James Tyrone IV takes over the series. As for the book itself, the artwork is very well done, and I like the fact that they're going back to the older, traditional style of Jason's helmet and getting rid of that stupid mouthpiece that was on there for the longest time. However, with that being said, I can't help but to feel that Jason's changed in some way. In the issue, Bruce kind of reconciles with Jason after a long period of time and says to him that, I may not like what you do, but I understand why you do it and it does get results. So I guess I should congratulate you for being able to do what I'm unable to. And with that being said, I can respect why they did that, but it also raises a few questions, such as, why is Bruce Wayne now suddenly okay with Jason killing criminals now? Before, Bruce kept lecturing him on and off about how he should try and preserve life, even if it's criminal life, and that everyone has a family, and that is a good enough reason for him not to take a life. For whatever reason, DC has decided to retcon this, and I honestly can't figure out why. Now it's time for the rating process of this series. For any of you who haven't seen the one episode of Nerd Culture Radio that's been up, we're going to be following the same ranking series that show has. So from best to worst, it will go Buy It Now, Bargain Bin, Netflix, and Burn It and Piss on the Ashes. Issue 10 for Valiant's X-O Manowar, I would have to say go out and buy it now. It was a very interesting story, and it does a lot of really cool stuff. And to be quite honest, I was really not expecting Eric to be willing to give up the armor. So with that being said, it sure shocked me on that level. Red Hood and the Outlaws, issue 17. It's not quite a burn it, but it's also not a bargain bin. So unfortunately, this is going to have to get a Netflix. Mainly because I don't really feel that they were trying to do anything, or at least anything that makes sense. Not only that, but this has proven that DC isn't even willing to wait an entire month before they decide that they're going to go and retcon a whole bunch of stuff that happened in Death of the Family, and or try and fix it. This is really disappointing and kind of annoys me, and I'm sure that has annoyed a lot of fans as well. So with that being said, I'm going to have to give this one a Netflix. If you guys have any suggestions on books to review on this show, please keep in mind that they should only be at the very most a week old, because this show is meant to review only new comic books, and that Nerd Culture Radio will of course continue to review old comic books, that and The Tube, which yes will continue to go on either under myself, Noah, Wongal, or whoever we decide to put in charge of that. Until next time, I'm CJ, and this has been The Long Box. Thank you for tuning in.